Hey, what's up guys? JB here. Now I did a video recently on sort of the current state of match battle and class match. If you haven't seen that, I will put a link to that above, so definitely go check it out. Now after seeing some of the messages that I was receiving there and getting a sense for the sort of void that was there in the community for this type of content, I really decided to take things into my own hands, and I have started my own manual PvP tournament. And we actually just had our first one this past week, and the feedback on it has been unanimous, and I actually think that it was a really great success. Now I have cut together a video of a couple of our semi-final matches, that we just actually had last night, and I really wanted to showcase that for you here today. Now for this tournament, I did develop a special rule set for the players, so before we actually get into the matches here today, let me actually just explain those to you and sort of set the stage for everyone. Now my first rule is that this is a total team cost of 680. And the idea here was that this was sort of a successor to what we've seen in class match in the past with the team cost of 540. Now in the secondary VC era, that total team cost of 540 just isn't restrictive enough. So we did add some team costs there to sort of accommodate for those secondary VCs, and the idea is to sort of have the players have to make some tough choices in terms of maybe bringing in some lower rarity units or vision cards. Now my second rule is that I did implement a couple of unit bans, and the two units that I've banned here are Halloween Little Leela and Jaden. Now some of you actually may be surprised at those picks, maybe some not so surprised. But in my view, those two units have been the most dominant in class match, for the better part of a year now. And I really wanted to encourage, some more build variety amongst the players. Now, my final rule is that every player is going to get one tech choice, when it comes to Quicken or CT-based mechanics. So for example, they can use Time Mage for Quicken, or they can choose to use something like Rob's TMR, which has the Keen Blade effect for that AoE CT up for your team. And none of those things can actually be comboed together. You can only use one. Now, if anyone is familiar with the player Longtime, he was a player that actually used to run these manual tournaments in the past. And that was a rule that we sort of came up with amongst the community to sort of limit the less fun to play against mechanics, such as double quicken and a combination of something like Ildir's Theorem and Keen Blade. And that rule was always very well received, so I have decided to keep it in my tournaments as well. All right, guys, so that is the rule set. We saw a lot of interesting teams along the way in this tournament. We did start with 16 players, and I really want to thank everybody for coming out and participating. It was really awesome to see. So with that said, guys, let's get into the matches today, and this is the semi-final round. So enjoy. Cool, guys. We're just about to get our room fired up, and we're gonna have our game one. So this is gonna be our semi-finals rounds. We did our seeding rounds earlier in the week, and then the players did their quarterfinals kind of offline a couple days ago. So let me just flash back over to the bracket. We did start originally with 16 players, so we're down to just 4 now. And this is kind of where things stand. Let me try to zoom in on this for you guys. Not sure how easy it is for you guys to see that. Yeah, a lot of familiar names we had starting off the tournament, but we're now down to Kosciusco and Adem, who we're just about to jump in a game and watch them first. And then we're going to follow that up and watch a game from MaiRa and Zenith. So I think I do have a game code here, so let me hop into the game. Yeah, you guys can go ahead and get started. I'm coming in now. All right, so we have an ice team: Valentine, Salir, Gilgamesh, and Rosa, and we have a dark team from Kosciusco. So we did see Kosciusco playing dark in the earlier rounds as well, but he's got Garvel, he's got Bold Leela, and we've got Lemure over here. So the Time Mage support. Oh, we got Mashari's TMR coming in. We got that barrier up online for everyone. I did catch Adem. He used Oberon's TMR to disable haste on the field, so it's the first time I think I've seen that come out in this tournament. So that's a good play, especially with Lemure in there and her Hastage spell. Yeah, so Adam's trying to make an approach here. He's probably counting some squares, looking at ranges here. Rosa is a very nice support, though. against Garble. She has a very nice spirit buff, and she can give shell to the party as well. So that should really help dull the damage coming in from Garble quite a bit. But she can't really do a lot to stop Bold Leela. So we know that Lemure is a time mage, so she does have Quicken. So that is going to be Kosciusco's tech choice here. And Quicken does have a range of 3, so that could be a Quicken coming in now from Kosciusco. Because the Ice team is sort of lined up for an AoE there, if he's able to get that out. And Garble does have Jamming Thrust as well, which does have 5 range, so Selir is in range for a Jamming Thrust here as well, or a Detonation Blast, either way. But he cannot reach Rosa with Garble right now. Rosa does have full life, you know, so that... Oh, looks like we may have lost a turn there from Garble. Selir gets the cross discharge. She did not quite have the range to get onto Lemure. Here comes the Quicken onto Garble. We have another Quicken coming in from Gilgamesh that's going to come right up after this. Garble is not going to have the damage here to kill Selir. So what is the play going to be here? He can definitely chunk her down quite a bit, but he's not going to be able to kill her. Oh wow, the Rosa spirit buff there really doing a number on Garble's damage. How is the spectate looking, guys? I feel like it is coming in pretty smoothly for me, so hopefully it's looking good on stream as well. I think this is a lot better than the other night. So Limit Burst coming out from Selir. That's going to take down Garble. That's also going to increase her CT by 25. So you can see her coming up there in the turn order a little bit quicker. We got the hype music going here, guys, too. Song of Love metal version. Gotta love it. So what is Gilgamesh going to do here? We have the Quicken coming out. Rosa does have a very nice Ice Imperil arrow. So she could look to stick Leela with that, or maybe see if she has the damage to take out Lemure. Not a lot of damage there coming from Rosa. You know, there's obviously she doesn't have any penetrations, but that Imperil is definitely going to help out a lot in sort of chunking down Leela much quicker. Hey Gigas, welcome in. Good, good. Glad that the spectate is looking better for you guys. That's going to definitely make this a lot better from my side as well. So I don't think Leela can line up both of these guys, both Rosa and Selir. But we do have the Limit Burst coming out. Now that Imperil comes out post damage, so it's not enough there to actually take down Selir, but it looks like the Quicken is coming in from Lemure. So it looks like we're gonna lose Selir here for Adem. He did have the re-raise though, so that is huge. And Rosa is going to be coming up, and she does have instant healing as well. Now, Leela does have Courage on, if I remember correctly. I don't think that has been popped yet. Yep, courage is still up. But looks like Salir is sort of backing off here, kind of knowing that he has the advantage, right? Because he is up 1 man right now. Now, Lemurray does actually have Raise available to her if she is spec'd for White Mage. It's a very low chance of sort of going off, but I mean, you could sort of take a flyer here, or you could look to throw a heal onto little Leela. We have a Quicken coming in from onto Rosa. What is Rosa gonna do here? Now Rosa only has about 6 range, so she doesn't have the range to hit anybody here. So maybe maybe a little bit of a misplay here. So Lemur has a choice to make here, guys. So she can either go for the 30% chance on Raise here to Garvel, or we can look to top off Leela. I think you gotta take a chance to heal up Garvel, I think. But it's going to be kind of a tough situation because Salir does have haste, so he could opt maybe to sit in place and just kill Garvel immediately after he's raised. So Salir reapplies her barrier. We have the Protect coming in as well. The Raise lands, so Kosciusco catches a huge break there. And Garvel is still going to be out of range unless we can get a Quicken play off here. So Rosa can hit Lemurray or she can hit Leela. Gilgamesh, I believe, just is going to have 1 Quicken left. I think he's used 2 already. If Garvel is spec'd Red Mage, you know, he could look to top off, or he could look to do some damage to Rosa. Rosa is pretty tanky against magic, though. She has 47 spirit and 55% magic resistance, so very strong there. Garvel's going to use his LB here. You can see it doesn't really do very much damage. Quicken is coming in from Gilgamesh. She probably is going to have the damage to finish off Garvel here. She does. So pretty tough spot now that Kosciusco is in. He's already used Leela's limit break, so he doesn't have any imperil. Probably going to be looking for a Curiga here. Maybe a pre-heal onto them both. Salir may be able to pop Courage here, though, potentially. Doesn't quite have the damage there, so that's pretty tough. But the haste field effect is now, from Oberon's TMR, is now gone, so that's going to help level the playing field here a little bit. I don't believe Gilgamesh has any Quickens left either. Not quite enough damage there to finish off Rosa. It's actually a fairly tanky Rosa here. Probably still had one of her barrier hits online. So Gilgamesh comes in, he uses his Vorpal Blade. That's going to dispel haste there. I think we're going to need to see a heal here, because both Rosa and Salir are coming up next. Only 13 turns here, so kind of running out of time here. So Courage there is popped. Rosa is going to be able to finish off Little Leela. So that's going to about do it. The Quicken just wasn't quite fast enough there to come out in time. we got the garbage time shadow flare coming in. Yeah, so the plan is to kind of do these tournaments like once or twice a month. I have kind of the framework all set up with to kind of make this a little bit easier, and now that I have the spectate thing figured out, that everything's kind of falling into place to be able to do these more often. So if anybody in the chat is kind of interested in joining for the next one, I will post a link to the live PvP Discord here in our chat. So let me grab that. Hey Sasaki, welcome in, man. You're here just in time. You're just in time to see Zenith and MaiRa. So MaiRa coming in with the Earth/Ice team. And we have a Water and Fire team from Zenith. And that's going to be Astoria, Ildyra, and Mont. And we have Curry, Aranea, and Ketone for MaiRa. So very, very interesting teams we're looking at here, guys. So MaiRa definitely kind of, we saw the Aranea play quite often. And very interesting use of jump to kind of stay in the air and be pretty much invulnerable, you know, while Aranea is approaching the other team. So very hard strat to kind of deal with. But Zenith does have King Mont there to kind of help dull this ice team a little bit. Does have to be wary of Ketone, though I'm sure there is some potential stop resistance here as well. So Curry comes in, he's got that agility attack magic buff. Mont is coming in with his all element resist buff. So how much ice resistance here are we looking at for King Mont? I'm sure it's going to be pretty considerable. 66%. So Aranea is looking to approach here. So this is where Aranea potentially goes in the air and then is just sitting up there for a while. Got to be very careful of this Ketone. Of course, she has the stop limit burst, the very high chance to land. Don't see any stop resistance on Astrius or Ildyra. Mont, of course, has his 50% innate resistance. So Zenith, unless he brought a TMR, his Astrius and Ildyra are definitely prime targets for Ketone right now. And Katone's threat range is very, very big. Of course, she has move 5, and then her LB is range 3. So the tech choice for Zenith in terms of CT is looking like it's gonna be Eldyra and her limit burst. Kind of get that AoE quicken. Curry, of course, is very annoying because he brings that long-range frostbite. And looks like he sticks the frostbite onto Astrius there, which is going to be pretty rough for him. How much AP had he built up? He had 80 AP, so he's going to be losing that here gradually over the next 3 turns. And while you're under frostbite status, you can't generate any new AP either. So the Kane TMR comes out for King Mont. That's going to increase his movement and give him haste. So a play could be coming in potentially now, maybe with the Eldyra follow-up. That does block the lane from Katone. Now, 50% base resistance on the stop does not make him immune. But with 70 faith only, it's probably not worth it. MaiRa goes for the paralyze and does not get it. So with frostbite here on Astrius, I would probably just look to get his LB out while I could. Opts for the Void Blade. Maybe he didn't quite have the range for his LB there. I probably would have used that because you can get the follow-up attacks even on like an auto attack if you have to resort to it. But we'll see what this Eldyra's Theorem is going to do for the turn order. We do have Aranea coming up next. Her jump is coming down, and then it's immediately her turn. Ooh, the CT didn't quite line up for Zenith there to get King Mont just after the jump came down. So he opts to go for the hit onto King Curry. King Curry is almost dead now. Eldyra is out of range for Aranea here, though, I believe. Yeah, she's going to be out of range, so Aranea can only hit... She goes for the Dispel on King Mont, so that gets rid of his haste. What is Astrius going to be able to do here? I don't know if he was able to get his AP consumption down. He has enough AP to take out Katone there. So Katone is out. That's pretty big. It's pretty big for Zenith. Curry's damage onto these 2 units is not going to be very much. Aranea is going to be able to do something here, maybe with a chain from Curry. But Zenith can just top off King Mont here. So he's in a pretty good position. Hey, Ethereal, welcome in. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing more participation next time either. But I think we had 16 people on pretty short notice this go around, so I was very happy with that turnout. And for kind of working through the kinks here, I think it was probably for the best, to be honest. But I will be doing another one very, very soon, so be on the lookout for that. Hopefully you'll get back in there for the next one, Ethereal. So Astrius, he has 78% pierce resistance. That's pretty insane. So he must be using Golem. You must be using Golem along with Ildira's 25% buff there, which is pretty nice. Curry gets the key reflex there, so he just continues to be annoying. Astrius can't really do much of anything here. Any AP that he gains is going to be kind of sucked away. So he opts to wait. I think he just needs to try to get out of range of Aranea here. You can see this Aranea strat is very tough to deal with. You can see the charge there on the left, and then her turn comes up right after it. So there's a very small CT window there where she's kind of exposed. But Kingmont is going to be able to make it a 3-on-1 potentially here on his next turn. Curry cannot really do very much damage at all to him. The poison was definitely the best play from MaiRa onto him. That's the most damage that Curry was going to be able to do. So here comes Aranea. She can opt to try to whittle down Mont some more, or I don't know if she's going to have the range height there to hit Astrius. He's kind of down on a lower tile there. He's on a height 0. Just goes for the move up here. That's interesting. Astrius can't really do much of anything here, though. He doesn't. He can start building up AP here. Goes for the deep fortification. Gets the HP absorb. And wow, Curry's turn comes up again before King Mont because he waited in place. But he's kind of short for this world unless he can pull off another. Oh, very interesting. Curry has the jump. He has his Dragoon sub-job equipped, so he opts to jump in the air and wait for this poison to tick down a bit more. It looks like that poison still has one more turn to go. So I would probably look to ding Aranea here with Ildira. And then move out of range. Or maybe refresh the missile and pierce resist buff. Because that's probably worn off of Astrius at this point. No, he still has 78%. So there comes the jump again. Now Curry couldn't quite stay up in the air long enough to kind of keep invulnerable there. King Mont's turn is going to come up again, and he's going to be able to finish off Curry. Now, I don't recall exactly how many uses of jump Dragoons get, but Curry is now finally dead, and I think this is going to be the last tick of poison for Mont. So Aranea was able to do about 50% damage there to Ildira, but you know, she can just heal that back up. She must be using Shiva, I would think. Maybe not, because there is the winds. Maybe Ildira there is using Golem. So at this point, I think we're kind of just delaying the inevitable here. Aranea does not doesn't have the damage to one-shot anybody at this point. And we're kind of out of turns, you know, even if she could. We're down to 9 turns. So there with the double hit, she was able to take out Eldyra, but yeah, we're out of turns. She's not going to be able to kill anybody else within the time that's left. So looks like Zenith is going to take this one down, guys. And this is their second match. She did win the first one as well. So it looks like Zenith is going to be advancing on to the finals here tonight. So good game to both players. That was definitely an interesting one there. Now we did see that Aranea strat, you know, within the seeding rounds and earlier in the tournament. So Zenith came in ready for that tonight, and there wasn't really a lot that Aranea could do against that team. All right, guys, so that was the semifinals, and we definitely had a couple of very interesting games there. If you're actually wondering now where the finals are between Zenith and Adem, I will have a video out on that either tomorrow or the next day. So definitely be on the lookout for that one. I do want to ask you guys out there though, what did you actually think of this content here today? Did you enjoy watching it? Was my shoutcasting informative? And do you want to see more of it here on my YouTube channel in the future? Definitely let me know in the comments down below. I do want to say as well, my plan at the moment is to host these tournaments on a monthly basis going forward. And I do actually plan to host some beginner tournaments as well. Now, if that is something that interests you and you want to put your skills to the test, I do encourage you to join our live PvP Discord server to be notified of future events, and I will go ahead and put a link to that in the description below. If you enjoyed the video today, hit that like button. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And that's all I have for today. So as always, stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys in the next one.